Alright everyone, and welcome back to another Rob Mac Plays Minecraft. Today we are on the Epic Failure servers again, starting another new episode. I think I've actually lost track of our episode number, so we'll just figure it out as we go along. Today we are joined by GoldenZombie.
Hello.
And we are in a new Mistcraft age that GoldenZombie has created for his new base of operations, and is slowly moving things over. So we thought we'd first start off with a quick little tour. But first off, the age, first off, you can see this is a void age. There is nothing below us that is instant death. So it's allowed the creative freedoms to just go as he pleases. It's a eternal day with the sun at noon, with the chromatic sky, as you can see. There is no weather here, which has posed some problems, but we'll cover those in a little bit. As well as this is a, correct me if I'm wrong, you said it's a meadows biome?
That is correct.
There we go. So, and that is pretty much the basis of what this has become. So we take a quick look around. First off, we got a couple of buildings here. We got a set of coal coke ovens, and you can kind of see here the automated process that is started here. Just 4 coal coke ovens, and then using the brick to create facades. So that's there, and then as well as in the blast furnace right next door, the same concept here. Still working on the facades and some of the automated processes, but it's coming along really well. So looking good there. What do we got next here, Gold? We got the bee room, right?
Yeah, over here is the where I started making the bees and stuff.
Okay, and as you can see here, quite a bit of bees and bee breeding going on. Got a few purebreds already. We got Imperials, another Imperial, and an Industrious. So looking really good there. And a lot going on here. A lot of automation. Gold, do you want to kind of explain what's all going on right here?
Yeah, well, basically, these the first 3 right now are set up to auto run and pipe all the materials and excess bees. Actually, underneath the flooring here, the materials come up into a couple of different diamond pipes to separate what needs to be centrifuged and what needs to be squeezed, and the bees come down underneath over to the analyzer to get analyzed before processing in the gene pool for the DNA, because it actually doubles the DNA output from each bee by being analyzed first.
And we got to see a bee heading in there now. So, have you been using these other machines you have here yet?
I just got them set up today, and I got a couple of serums in the this wood chest over here by the analyzer, but I haven't got too many good ones yet. So.
Okay. So a lot to learn there. Excellent quality here for cancellation, lifespan. Looks like you got some empty ones for elongated life, flower pollinization, ancient species. Ooh, that sounds like a lot of fun. And looks like you have your purebreds then end up in here. It looks like.
These are the ones that I'm going through to that need to be inoculated or have the isolated the serums come out of. So.
Okay. Sounds great. So a lot of process there, and take a little bit look behind here. We have a liquid tesseract here, I believe, right?
Yeah, that's the liquid tesseract for the output of honey.
Okay, and we'll see where that's going here. Get a quick preview, but we'll actually we can head right over there. It looks like you have iron tanks set up. Looks like 6 of them now already.
Yeah, 6 of them so far.
Just a little bit of iron going into that, huh?
Yeah, a lot.
So we have lava, and where are you getting your lava from right now?
Actually, I have it set up in the nether, draining the nether, so endless supply right now.
All right. We also have some honey, obviously coming from the bee farm there, as well as the liquid DNA from the bee farm. And you also have creosote oil and the seed oil, looking good there. And then you have a sixth tank over here, and there's nothing in here yet. You have any plans for that?
I haven't totally decided if I'm gonna go oil or go biomass yet, so.
Okay, so definitely a lot of room for that when you get started, though. We
Yeah, I'll
could,
probably need a couple more either way I go, so.
yeah. And then from here we got some power going on. Obviously, this is the lava. Is this one coming from the iron tank?
Not yet. It will be though. It's just this was my first thing in the world was to get power going, so it was coming straight from the nether right now still.
Okay. And then we have magnetic engines, and they definitely put out quite a bit of power. So that's charging a redstone energy cell right here, and it looks like the system's keeping it pretty charged. Got a little bit of automation there.
Yeah, well, the system keeps charged, except for when I'm running my advanced beam machines
Okay.
that require 100 EU a tick. So, but yeah, this it's got a structure pipe with a gate in it to tell it to emit the redstone signal when it's full. So that way, if I want to shut it off manually, I can use the lever to shut it off. So.
Okay. Oh, random pig. There we go. We can always use more pork, right? And then over here, what kind of trees are these?
These are walnut trees from tree breeding,
Okay.
forestry.
And then looks like we got some farm blocks here. This is the new multi-structure farm block from forestry. As you can see, it's not as easy as a process as it used to be. It looks like you don't have any water in here. It says no water right now, but we can see the water tank is filling. So, but and then looks like you got orchard set up on all four sides, and that's what you need to be collecting. Obviously, the walnuts here, right?
Correct. Yeah, they're all set up just to harvest the walnuts right now. That's what I'm using for my seed oil.
Okay. Looking good so far. And then I see over here you have another farm block structure. Any plans for this one yet? Looks like managed arboretums, huh?
Yeah, I was gonna make it my tree farm, but I think I might move it a little bit farther away from the other one yet, so
Okay.
they don't interfere with each other.
And now this is a 5x5 structure. Is it the biggest that they get?
Right, this is the largest that you can have, the multi-block. It'll go actually 17 by 17 from center.
Okay.
It'll be 8 blocks out from center on each side. But as you see from the sand over here, it doesn't actually make a square. It's kind of a diamond shaped.
Okay. Well, that works out pretty nice. So then we've got another room here, of our building. What do we got going on here?
Well, this is what I want to be my factory, with the floor with the smooth zirconium brick is going to be like a storefront type of thing, and then inside here is where I want all the processes, set up, and hoping to get it using logistics pipes to run it all, so I can have just one chest input, and then have an output, into another chest, so that way I can just say, hey, I want this item, and it makes it for me.
All right. Well, it looks like we have a second floor up here already.
Yeah, I kind of want like all the storage on the first floor, like the barrels and chests and stuff. And I was thinking a second floor for like the crafting tables, because I understand they use a lot of auto crafting tables for everything. and then maybe a third floor for like machines to process all my stuff that needs to be processed. But
Okay,
we'll see how it
well,
goes.
yeah, well, we can probably work on that today then, I suppose. So one of the first things we're going to need to do, all logistics systems need a power supply, and then we'll have to get some stuff up for the crafting of the logistics pipes and that. Now, you've already gathered some supplies.
Yeah, I got what I thought was needed to start with. I don't know if it's everything yet or not, but
Okay. Well, why don't we do this? Why don't we take a break for a moment? We'll use some of the automatic crafting tables so we can display some of the recipes quick that we're going to use, as well as be able to get started. We'll have to run some power. Now, obviously, you have power over at the tree farm there and in the bee room, so I assume that there's some power around here somewhere.
yeah, actually it comes out even here to the power room, and then right along the brick wall here goes both directions. So anywhere along here we can tap into it.
Oh, that should be fine, and we'll have looks like we're gonna the dirt blocks here kind of show us where our rows of the barrels will be. So we've got a good start, but let's go ahead and gather some supplies, and we'll be right back. All right, and we're back. So as you can see here, we set up a few project tables so we can show you guys what we're looking at and what we're doing. We also dug a little bit down. Well, we had dug out here where we were going to start getting our power from. So Gold will fix that. He's got, as you can tell, this his wonderful armor. I, on the other hand, as you can see here, am wearing iron chest plate and some steel leggings and boots. So I won't be going down there too soon. So obviously we talked about power. To get the power, we need this unit here, the logistics power junction. And from that, we're going to need a basic logistics pipe. So we'll step over here, and you can see the basic logistics pipe. Not too difficult. You got 4 pieces of glass, 2 redstone torches, a diamond transport pipe, and then you can do the chipsets or the gears. Since we made some chipsets ahead of time, we're going to use those for now, but you'll see later we'll actually switch over to using the gears for an automated process. And that'll get you 8 of the logistics pipes that we're going to use in this here. So we're going to go ahead and Gold, do you want to go ahead and take that to power junction, because we're going to need that. Okay, and let's go ahead and put that down. Now, I think the best way to do this, we talked about, is we're going to put it so that it lines up here, but then we'll bring the pipe up here. So you're going to need a basic logistics pipe to set next to that, and then a couple of stone or cobblestone transport pipe.
Okay, so we're setting it where the hole is, right?
Yeah, where the hole is now, even with the power conduit that you have down there now. And there that is. And then you'll want to come up here, and then on the side of it put a basic logistics pipe, and then run a couple pieces of the transport or the standard pipe. There you go. And then we can even fill in those other 2 blocks there if you want. That way, because that'll charge up power. We should never have an issue. As long as you have power, the system will run. So that will work out the best there. So then, since you said that you wanted a place to put items into the system, this is probably the best place to do that. So why don't you go ahead and put your wall back together here. And let's go ahead and You can probably leave that open. Do you have an ender chest or anything right now?
Not on me. I'd have to go get it.
Okay, that's okay. What we'll do for now is we can just we can build a regular chest just to have something there.
I have a wooden chest.
Okay. Yep. Let's go ahead and put that. You want to put it there, or do you want it inset where the dirt is? Because at this point,
I kind of want it in this room
okay,
rather than being inset into the wall.
Okay.
Because you're standing on what will be a separator wall. So.
There you go. Yep. And that's why we got a little door frame here, so we can walk in and out. So from there, now we're getting power up through here, and where I'm standing now, I think is where we determine there'll be a. Actually, we could probably do it right here, a column that goes up to the ceiling. So we're gonna need, and the basic logistics pipe, you're gonna go through a lot of that because it's gonna be at every junction. So we're gonna put that right there, and that's gonna form a T intersection. Now, we talked about a couple things, and I think the one thing that we didn't preset here is actually an extractor pipe. Did we set one of those up?
I don't think so.
Because I think, is it an extractor pipe, or I think the extractor is part of
a provider pipe. Is that what that is?
No, because we want something that's actually going to take things out of that chest and put them into the system. So it's going to be a chassis pipe with a separate card. So let's look at, what did we have planned next? We had the request logistics pipe. That's what it was. So we know that we're going to want that over here with our diamond chest, and this is going to serve a few purposes right now, both for us to test the system and to have a place for items that are not ready to go anywhere else. But I think we'll follow the same theory, but we want that. Did you grab the pipe or no?
Oh no, I thought you grabbed it.
Nope, I'm going to grab it right now. So the request logistics pipe, golden chipsets or gears, and a basic logistics pipe. We'll grab that, and we're going to put that right on top of this chest, because that way it's easily accessible for you to click on with a wrench. I think I have a wrench here. I have a hammer. That'll work too. If you right click on it, you see right now there's nothing in the system, but you'll be able to request things, and because it's connected to an inventoriable item, in this case the diamond chest, things will flow into there. So what we can do now, Golden, you said you have all that transport pipe, right? Obviously. So.
Well, I never knew transport pipe did that much damage.
Yeah, especially when you're not wearing much for armor. All right, so we're gonna want to go from here.
Go straight back and then across. Or
yeah, go straight back to. And then basically we want to go up to where the very top is going to be, because that's where we're going to go across with everything. And that's why, like with these other ones, we'll be able to go right up to the wall, but on the ends we're going to want to go a couple back, like this one is here. So
now this one we want to go one higher, right? Like that. So that way we come across there.
Yep. That'll work for now. And then if you're going to do another row, it might actually not, that one up in the top. Well, yeah, because that'll go up into the ceiling, so we'll need one there too. But for now, this will work. So the next pipe we were going to look at, let's see, we got through 3 of them now, right? So the next one was the provider logistics pipe. What that does is it tells the system that what's in here can be used if the system needs it. For the system that we're setting up for gold here, we're not going to use these as often as we normally would. However, because we have that diamond chest right now, we're going to want to use that to, it's going to be kind of a default drop point, and so we want the system to be able to pick the stuff up from there. So we're going to take this pipe here, And we're going to do this. We're going to break a few blocks this way, and we're going to throw this down here for now. And then can you put a regular pipe next to that one? And then a basic logistics pipe to connect those two.
Oh, won't that collect the chest too then?
Yep, that's what we want it to do. Because what we're going to do here is we're going to take our hammer, we're going to look at these two pipes real quick. First off, the first pipe that we placed is the provider. We want it to, see it says or empty for all, so we want it to provide everything that's in this chest the system can use if it needs to. And then the all the basic logistics pipes have this thing here, and it's kind of a, you know, it's like it says requested items. So if it has nowhere else to go and it's in here, then it'll say okay, go here. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this default route and we're gonna say yes. So this means that anything that it has nowhere else to go, it's gonna dump it into this chest, which is why we wanted to have that provider chest in case, you know, it was needed. And one example is when we go to make sticks. Let's say we need 1 stick to make a sword. Well, in order to make 1 stick, you need to make 4 sticks. And so the 3 extra sticks will end up here until we need them again. And it will go from there first and then craft what we need later. So that's those pipes. That was the provider pipe. Now we have, let's see, we have the crafting pipe we're going to get to in a minute. We have the logistics chassis Mark II, and each of the marks have basically the number corresponds to how many of the modules we can fit in there. And we're going to actually set this up so that we can tell the system to provide us these items. And these items are very specific for a reason. So let's grab this right here. We'll grab one of those. We're going to need quite a few of those. How many do we have? How many barrels do we have over there right now?
Right now we only have 5.
Okay. So we're going to set this up so that we can go like this. And you'll see they all start turning green because they're all getting power. And when you click on here, it's got 2 module slots. Each one of them looks just the same. And for the system that we're setting up here, we are going to use, let's see, we're going to use these item sync modules, which are a iron chipset or gear with 3 redstone, a blank module. When you're using the chipsets, you only need 2 cactus dye. If you're using a gear, you'll need 4. The blank modules, you saw me look at that a moment ago. Paper, some redstone, and a gold nugget. So let's see, we need 5 of these. And I just took the recipe out of there. Why was that? What didn't we have in there? Oh, we didn't have enough modules. Can you make us 5, 10 minus the 2 we have? So we'll need 8 more blank modules.
Sorry, I already made 10.
Okay, that works.
For the next barrel.
There you go. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And in here, if we, there we go. Alright. And of course, you know, I have this problem with leaving things in these inventories. So let's go back over here to our chassis pipes that we have. And this is the wood. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take one of these items, because we're going to borrow it to code these. The first thing we're going to use is the item sync module. The item sync module, then you click on the exclamation point here, and it tells you what items it is supposed to take. This is just like the logistics pipe, the basic logistics pipe, but because we can't attach anything else onto that, we want to make sure we use one of these. So we're going to tell it, look, you need to request oak wood, and then we're going to tell it to provide. And you can see right in here we have things to provide or empty for all. Since we could just leave these blank then, because it's the only thing that would be in here, and that's fine. You can see we could exclude things if we knew that there's other things going into this inventory. We can also switch the modes. This is normal inventory mode, which means it's going to use everything up. And then you can see here you have leaving the first stack, but again, this isn't a chest, so that's not going to apply. Or the last stack, first and last stack, or one item per stack. So if you're not using barrels, you're using chests, some of these can be helpful so the system doesn't run out of supplies. Again, if we were doing things a little differently, this would be important, but for us it's not. We're just going to provide, we're not even going to put anything in there, empty for all. So now this one is set up, so if we go over here to our request pipe, we should see, yep, he's got 918 oak wood in the system, and so that's how much we can get. And so we know that everything is working so far, that it's able to provide that. If we actually go in, we can request, we can scroll through, and this is just scrolling, or you can use the buttons. In this case, let's request one stack. We hit request. We should have got some. We should have gotten a indication that we requested that. Oh, there we go. Requested one oak wood. And you see it just came into the system, and it ends up in here. So we know that's working. And then if we look, here's the thing. Our stuff that's coming into the system, we need to do something about that. So we have a provider module. What we don't have set up yet is a extractor module. So let's see. Because he's going to be using this for his frame quarries and things like that, what we're going to need is, do you have any diamond chipsets, Gold?
Yeah, I do. I think they're on the chest over here.
Okay. So we're going to need, oh wow, this is going to be, so what here, you're going to need, we need a blank module.
You in the last one here?
Yeah, well we're gonna have to step this up. We have so blank module. I need some lapis, and we're gonna need some of those blank modules. Do we have some? Yeah,
I got the module.
I just got one. Okay, so we need a blank module. We need, because we have to start at the very basic one. So it's an iron chipset. So we're going to need an iron chipset, we're going to need a gold chipset, and a diamond chipset. Then we have some redstone around here too. Alright, so this here is a extractor module, and then it's pretty easy. We just add the gold chipset. You see the little different color there. We add the diamond chipset, and now we have a Mark III extractor. And then we just need the chassis pipe, which we don't necessarily have to use a Mark II, but we're set up for it, so we'll go ahead and just use that pretty easily. We just put the chassis pipe here. Now you have to remember that every request is what draws power. So we're not, we're not too concerned because there's a lot of power in this system, but just a heads up. And I think I did it again. That little inventory.
You left your the module in the inventory.
There's something about that. So if we put this in here, and again, it's got a little something. Now, the nice thing about the extractor module is that you can tell it, hey, look, you can extract items from any of these things. So the orientation doesn't matter wherever we put the pipe, because we can tell it where we want. In this case, it's a standard chest, so we can just say default. So now if we get out of here and we go into here, and we put our piece of wood in here, the system automatically pulled it out and threw it in the barrel, right?
Yes, it did.
So now our system is completely able to process incoming stuff. So now we have basically a system where we can put items in and we can take items out. So I think that solved your first floor concerns, correct, Gold?
Correct.
So we got everything all set up for that. So then the next thing was the second floor was the automatic crafting area, right?
Yeah, I saw a problem with our issue with our setup over here.
Uh-oh. What's that?
By our diamond pipe. This pipe here needs to be logistics pipe.
Yep. Well, yeah, because it might bounce back one spot, and that's okay, but we can fix that real quick. Do you have a basic on you or no? There we go. That's because, again, at the intersections, when it gets there, it works as like a traffic cop. It routes things. So if it didn't know where to go, it randomly, just like any other Buildcraft pipe, then it says, okay, well, I'll just go this way. And if it's not right, it runs into a logistics pipe, and it sends it back. And you can end up with items bouncing around. So
right, it went all the way back up and around and came back again, and
yeah,
because the bottom one is not the provider or whatever pipe, so
right. So if the provider, I'm looking for, there it is, the crafting logistics pipe. This is what we're going to use next. We're actually going to grab a few of these. I think we need more than we have basic logistics pipes in there, so we're going to rob this table of some more basic logistics pipes.
I just brought some more over.
And we're going to grab, I don't know, let's grab 10 of them, just because I know we pre-set up a few things. Basically, what I wanted to do was provide a system that we could at least build upon. And I put signs on all these, so you can see. We start out with the basics: wood to make planks, sticks, and all the way through gold gears, the diamond transport pipe, redstone torches. And you can see these sound very familiar because we've been using them a lot. And the crafting table, automatic crafting table, oak wooden slabs, barrels, and basic logistics pipes. This is everything that gold will need to get started. Now, in our conversation, I think we had determined that, where is that pipe? It's right here. So we need to take out this set right here. Incoming Zycraft blocks. So
in the face.
That's right. So, actually, and you have the basic logistics pipes again, right? We're not going to necessarily need them at this point, but they'll be helpful. I'm going to need one more stone, and then depending on how we run the intersections later is where this will get important. But for now, if you could put a basic logistics pipe there.
Move.
What's that? Oh, am I in the way? Okay. And then another stone one right next to it. There we go. So now what we're going to start using is the crafting logistics pipes. Now these are very simple to use. You place it down. We've already set up our recipe in the automatic crafting table. So we just right click on it with a hammer. Okay. Now we're going to ignore all this satellite stuff for now. That comes in when you have multi-step processing and things that won't stack. That's the important thing. Like if we were making signs, we couldn't stack more than 15 signs. Buckets are 12, one weapon, things like that. We don't have to worry about that because what we're setting up now is not that complicated. It's really simple. We have this open here, which opens up the automatic crafting table it's connected to. We can see our recipe in there. But what we want to do is just click on import, and you can see then it tells us input oak wood, output oak wood planks. And that's all there is to these. So then we can just lay all these down. Do you have a hammer with you, Gold?
Yeah, I got some more pipes too for you.
Oh yeah, because apparently I didn't count before we came up. So we're going to go in and we're going to click on import on all these, and you can see we're importing the recipes right from the crafting table. Now you do have to provide items, because the automatic crafting table, they're not ghosted objects. You actually have to put the items in there. So we had to put in, you know, all this stuff and make it first before we could get that far. But now we have everything, right?
Yep.
So let's go test our system out. Like I said, this is the easiest part. When we get to doing some other processing, that, you know, then the ore processing, that's where things will get difficult. But right now you can see that all we have in there is that stack of oak wood. So Gold, as you're looking at here now, you can see all these things that are in here. And you can see
they
right
all have
now.
Zeros by 'em.
What's that?
They all have zeros.
That's because none of them are actually created. What you see, the only thing you actually see in the system right now is that oak wood, right? That's because we didn't tell it to provide any of this stuff.
Oh
We
yeah, you
didn't
gotta put the modules
in yet. Yep. So what we're gonna do is we know. Let's grab a piece of cobblestone, and then we put the item sink in and the provider module. And the item sink, we'll just remind it that it's going to do cobblestone. Now these are ghosted items, as you saw there, so we don't have to worry about that so much. I put in an item sink and a provider, and this is the iron. You told me you didn't have that much iron. Look at that. Tons of iron.
That's not much compared to what I did have before I built them tanks.
Oh, I suppose. I actually put a spreadsheet together that calculates exactly how much iron and stuff that you need based on the size of your tank.
Well, wouldn't that vary depending on if you use gauges or valves? The iron would be the same, but I mean, as far as the other resources,
I actually have it calculated because I build mine so that the only thing that is walls is the corners, so my whole sides are gauges. And then it automatically just, I have in there it says, it asks how many gauges I want to use. So that's,
valves you mean? Because counting all them gauges would be messed up.
no, the valves, yeah. Because sometimes I want to use a lot more depending on what I'm using it for. Let's see, what is this? This is the gold. The one thing you don't have in here is, we don't have one for redstone yet. So what you
No,
want
we were just gonna ditch that in the pipe for now, or in the chest.
Yep, you go ahead and if you want to put some in there so that you can do that. While I am stealing your gold here. Actually, I think I still have.
Too bad. I actually get my minion stone and change the gold into iron.
That might be helpful. All right. And one more set here. Alright, so now I'm going to go in here, I'm going to dump in the supplies you gave me for the building of this stuff, which would be like the diamonds. We're going to see that in the iron. Now here's the thing, we have sticks and planks that were created. Now you see they're going to go this way. Now eventually we'll replace some of this stuff with some gold pipe so it's not as fast. You're ditching all sorts of stuff, apparently.
Ditching stuff. Oh, there you go.
Let's see.
Yeah, I think we want to put at least a couple gold pipes up there.
Yeah, I mean,
it slows down pretty bad right now.
Yeah.
You can always change it later when the system goes, but
yeah, once you get the system going. But you got the basic concepts here, which is the good part of it. So now you can see, if you look in here, you can see that the barrel items are in here, but there's still a lot of zeros. And that's because they're not these are things that can be crafted as well. Now, down here at the bottom, on the left-hand side, you get this both. If you click on it, this is craft. It only shows items that are set for crafting. And these are only things that are supplied. So, that's the big thing. And then you have a refresh in case things are changing, you know, when you're, like your system's bringing in a lot of stuff. But in this case, you know, you're going to need a barrel for redstone. So, do you want to watch the system or do you want to request the item?
I want to watch.
Okay. So, can you see everything?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So, we're going to go ahead and we're going to request a barrel for him. So, it tells us it was successful. and it grabbed some of the stuff that we already had here in the system, so it didn't have to craft everything, but you just saw that barrel come down. Pretty nice, neat process out there. Look at that.
Yeah, and it sends extra plank down behind it too.
Yep.
Or slabs, I mean.
All that stuff came down into. That's why we have this one here. The slabs didn't come here though.
Oh, they're working on it. It just takes a while. They're there now.
Okay. Yep. So, and that's just so that and the reason it's not going as fast is because those items, that logistics pipe, it wasn't an active request. This is a passive request with that logistics pipe there. So it wasn't in a hurry to get anywhere because it wasn't needed. So the system works harder for stuff it knows it needs. So now he'll be able to put his redstone in there and build it up. What I'm going to do, why don't you, because you're going to need another one for that glass that you have. Actually, it wouldn't be glass when you get your whole system going, because you'll have
It'll be sand.
It'll be sand. Let's see, what else would you be needing? I'm trying to think of something you can craft that's multi-level that, you know what? No, you already have some logistics pipes. Why don't, I know you have quite a bit of them, but why don't you give me a second to go up there, and can you request a diamond transport pipe? That way we can show all the viewers what we're doing. And then I'm pretty sure we're getting close to that wrap-up point. So if you go ahead now and request a diamond transport pipe.
What's the pop-up thing on here do? Do you know?
No. It says pop-up.
Yeah, and then there's a check mark in the little box.
Oh, it's so that you can, like, if you don't have an inventory on there, the items will pop out of the chest, or will pop out of the pipe.
Oh, okay.
Because otherwise you could request it. Like, let's say if you set these over towards your farm, and you knew that, hey, look, I'm gonna do this. You'd request, you know, whatever you needed, fertilizer or whatever, and it'd come and make all of it. But then it would just keep going past the pipe and go into wherever you needed it. So it's kind of like a manual request.
Oh, okay. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna request that now.
Okay. So you can see there goes the diamonds, the glass. Boy, that was pretty darn quick. And because you only requested one or something like that, got a couple trailing behind because that builds 8 of them.
Oh yeah, okay.
So
yeah,
there
it goes
we go.
a lot slower though.
Yep, there they come. So, and that's wise because it's not an active, request. So it's, the logistics pipes doesn't send them as fast. So there we have it.
Uses less power then, right? To send the slower ones.
No, it doesn't. Every item requires that power. So with that, I think we're probably well past the wrapping up point. So what we'll do now is we'll kind of call this the end of part 1 of our logistics pipes demonstration. We will come back again later, and what we'll do is we'll give Gold a chance to kind of work on his system, build it up a little bit, and then we'll show him how to set up basically a factory or a refining room, a machine room, so that his whole system is automated, so that anything that comes in gets handled properly, gets distributed, stored, and can be crafted into things. That way he doesn't have to wait to smelt ore if he's requesting something that needs ore. Basically, as you see down here, this is the way things will be stored, is in ingot form. That way it's ready to be used as soon as possible. And with that, I'm Rob Mack, and this is GoldenZombie.
See ya.
Take care.